look like on the board. Board goes to that regulator. Goes down to, oh, there they are. Well, these are wired separately in two different directions. We're missing, oh, there it is. Okay. Let me see, we're missing a 400. But okay. Now this one, this yellow is coming in on what looks to be, I can't tell. The yellow is the black. So the blue, where's that blue go? Okay, there it is. Okay, so the blue is going up. Okay, so where's this blue go? This blue goes, okay. All right, so they're two separate units. Okay, and they're both wired the same. Okay. I still don't trust it. I gotta check it. I'm sorry, guys. I just have to check it. I can't trust it. I can see it there, but until I physically check it, I can't trust it. Okay. Let's get to this one. So we're going to go from here, which is going to be, let's hit the black. That's what we hit last time. Besides, I really don't want to put a hole, even though it's only the size of a pin, a needle, and a power side of the wire, just in case. I don't mind putting it in the ground side. I just don't want to put it in the power side. Okay, so it is. All right. Now I'm happy. I mean, looking at it here, they're all wired the same, but I didn't want to take a chance. Okay, so this one and the other one, wherever the hell it went. Here it is. And this one is together. Now I am going to get a, I want to mark these so that everybody knows that, you know, because otherwise, if they take them apart and don't pay attention, they're going to end up plugging them into the wrong ones because they're not made in reverse. If I was going to run two sets of something, the left and the right, I would make sure that if these plugs went in this way, the other set of plugs would go in this way. In reverse. If I was going to run two sets of something, the left and the right, I would make sure that if these plugs went in this way, the other set of plugs would go in this way. You follow me? This here way, there's no way to screw them up. Because if you screw these two up, they're going to plug into one another. And if you think you're going to go left, it's going to go right. You follow me? So I would have changed those plugs in the opposite direction so that they wouldn't plug into one another. In other words, male, female. On the other one, I would have female, male. So that you're going to try to be plugging in two males or plugging in two females. Now in these days, if we're using the bathroom, it might be a different story. But we're talking about this. All right, so that's what we have. So the left and the right. So the port side is the same. I don't want to put down that, because if I put down port and starboard, even though they're in, they may not understand unless they've been, you know, that's something that just doesn't come to everybody unless you actually know or you're trained. So that's that. Now, I want to figure out a way, I got to mark those. I want to mark those. If I can mark those good so that if somebody pulls them apart and doesn't think about it, they're going to know what one is which one. I got some tester's paint here. It's a model paint. I don't know how good it is, but it'll work if I have a little brush for it. I think I do. I need two little brushes. Well, I probably wait these two little sticks here. See what I have. Probably 1,000 of these. So what I'm going to do here, so you'll know, that flachean wire keeps getting caught on everything. What the hell is this wire that keeps getting caught on everything? USB wire that I do use sometimes. Alright. Now these pliers are probably not going to work on this because this has been way too long. I thought I really don't want to break the glass. Now, that's not blood. That's the paint I was going to use. But apparently I'm going to have to put in something else because I don't want to lose it all. And I need because I don't want to look like I'm bleeding. I'm going to make sure I take care of this glass. Well, I'm going to go out here to rinse the glass off. The paint's not going to come off. Use the glass. I can get a rag and wipe it off. That's what I was afraid of, actually. Get out here earlier. Today I got out here late. It seems like when Darlene works, I stay sleeping longer. I didn't get up until like 11:45. Really? I mean, that's pretty really good. Or maybe a little bit left in here. This was on the floor because I had emptied it, and when I thinned it out, that oil-based paint, that crappy blue oil base. Okay, let's see. Let me get a stick. Okay, I want to mark those two with a little red on them. I don't care what it looks like, as long as it's got some red on it. So they know that red is red. And that's all there is to it. I don't care, like I say, what it looks like. I just want them both to be the same. Okay, so that's done. Now let's try this again with the blue. These are two fluorescent pearls. So I'm going to have a real fancy snap-on adjustable here. Okay, here we go. You ready? Are you ready? Whoa! 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 Wow! Wow! Now, is anybody going to know if they see that? Red to red, blue to blue? I hope so. I can't make it any. Now, do I have any bottles that I can use? Well, there's some pink. What is this anyway? Is this clear or is this a thinner? I really don't know. Whatever it is. It's empty. It must have been a thinner. Well, now I have a place to put this paint. Good. I really didn't want to waste it. There's not that much in here, but there's enough to do marking, and that's just what I'm using it for. Okay, good. Now, put this top on this. Wipe it off first. I'm going to take a chance of ruining another one. Even though there's not that much in there, the bottle's still good. Okay, so that's there. That's there. I got blue and red over here still, enough to deal with what I need to deal with. Let's put this in the trash. A big old piece of glass. Alright. So that's done. Now, what I need to figure out is I want to have a way, I wish, you know what, I don't need to use that plug. Let me take these here like this. Now, I think I have, well, I'm not positive, but I thought I had alligator clips on this thing. I do. Okay. So if I put this one on here, and I put this one on here. I don't have to use the plug. And now we have red and hot here. So now I'm going to put you guys back there to see if that wheel turns. Because I'll hear the motor going, but I don't want to leave this alone while I come around to look. So I'll be able to check it on the film. Now, I don't know if you can see both of those wheels or not, but if one turns, we'll know that that's where we're at. Now I'm going to try to turn the right side, and yellow being black. This may not be, it may be too heavy. Okay, did that turn? It sounded like it was turning. But what makes this go in reverse? That's what I want to know. Okay, that's just what I thought it was. You hook it up one way, it goes one direction. You reverse, and it goes the other direction. That's what I think. I'm not going to know until I see it. But that's what I think. So now let's try the next one. If I can find the ends. And we're going to go to this one down here, which is going to be the left. And we're going to go yellow as ground, because that's the way that it kind of showed it first. That one there doesn't sound quite as good as the other one, but doesn't mean much. Okay. Let me take one of these off here. Let's take the power one off. Let's put it here for a minute. All right, let's go back over here and get you. So how'd you guys make out over there? Did you see them both? I hope. See if I can get it over here. Because I hear it, but I won't know until I actually see it. And I'd rather see it. So hold on, guys. Notice that I didn't want to have power on it. Disconnected it when I was running around. I didn't want any shorts. This is a little too big for here. That's why it takes a minute. Now that should be turning. What direction? I don't know. I put yellow paint on the wheel on one part, so it should let me know. It should go in the opposite direction. So basically, by going red to yellow, black to blue, now I go red to blue, black to yellow. The motor goes one way and then the other. The port, and they're having the yellow as ground according to the plug here. Again, I'm not sure which way it's going because I can't see it. I did it one way, and I reversed the power the other way. Blue side as ground first. So that kind of gives me an indication as to what's what here. Now I want to write this down, so hold on a minute. I want to keep track of what I'm doing here, because I am going to draw this all out in a block diagram, so if anybody has to work on this, they'll kind of know what the hell I did. Okay, test, did, PD, left, drive, wheel, and right, drive wheel. Blue, yellow, and both here, blue, yellow, all right. So I wanted them to know that if you reverse them, that it reverses the wheel direction, which it should anyway. Again, I'm not going to know for sure until I see it. So that's what we got there so far. So let me draw a little diagram here because I'm going to have to do it on the computer So we have a wheel housing up here. Coming out of that we have a red and a black. Okay, RED. And then that changes over in the plug to, again, the black was yellow, and the red was blue. And the left wheel, this is the right, and the left wheel is the same. Red to blue, and direction. Okay. So I got to make the notes so that when I'm doing it, I don't have to think, well, wait a minute, now what did I say here? Or what did I say here? Because when you start getting into this, it starts getting, a little touchy at times. All right. Now, what I want to do is put these back together. So we're going to go blue to blue. And then these should only go in one way, which they do. And then they'll go red to red, and they should only go in one way, which they do. I'd really like to switch them around so they can't make a mistake, but I don't want to do that. Because if it ever goes back to the factory, or somebody does find the sheet on it, I want them to make sure they know it's the same. Because I'm not always going to be the one working on this, I hope. Okay. So that's what we have. Now, that can dry overnight. I don't have to worry about it. Now, that took care of that. Now, those are going down into here, into the board. Now, I want to trace one of them to see where the hell it's going. I got to get one of the probes. These probes really bite because I'd rather have this all metal. This is to help protect so you can get into places, but at the same token, it stops you from getting into places. I'm used to the other ones, but we'll see what we come up with. So we're going to put this on this yellow one, which they're saying was ground, if I remember right, which it isn't. Okay, so it shouldn't be grounded anywhere, actually, because you're reversing it. If you weren't able to reverse it, then I would think it would be different. But because you're able to reverse the polarity, in return reversing